So here we are in Berkeley, where we're holding a course on urban agriculture, the agroecology of urban farming, that together with Food First and Sensa and some people in the community, we decided to organize, and we have 45 participants that are very interested in promoting food production in cities. And this is very, very important because we need to start training people about growing food in cities. There's about because of the trends that are happening already in the world, we have a huge level of urbanization. We already passed the point where there's more people living in cities than in the rural areas, and therefore, given the climate change scenarios that are predicted that are affecting industrial agriculture, given the fact that petroleum is going to get more expensive and therefore fertilizer is going to get more expensive, production of food in the rural areas is going to be, I think, limited in the future. And what we need to do is start producing food in the cities for other reasons too, for energy saving, for reducing food miles, to closing the distance between producers and consumers, and all the benefits that urban agriculture bring from the environmental, health, social, economic aspects. So uh, today there's about 800 million people in the world that are engaged in some kind of urban farming. And there are cities where about 25 to 30% of the vegetables are already being produced in the cities. So this is not a new phenomena, but we need to expand it, we need to scale it up. But in order to scale it up, we need to prepare people. We need to give them the basic agroecological principles on how to do it. How do you plan the gardens in time and space? What kind of rotations are you going to put in there? What kind of crop associations? What crops do better with which? What are the compatibilities? And then obviously, how do you manage the systems organically without chemicals? How are you gonna deal with diseases and pests and weeds? And how are you gonna also reduce the water use? Because water is gonna be a limiting factor, by enhancing organic matter content in the soil, which absorbs water, provide cover that it reduces evaporation, mulching, all kinds of different techniques that people need to start understanding. And then what we want to do is kind of train the trainers, so that these people that are trained start training other people. One of the limiting factors always is going to be access to land, and for that the social movements are going to really need to get organized to access the land, to force the public lands that are idle out there to be used for urban agriculture. In Oakland, we have about 1,200 acres of abandoned land that could be used for urban production, and we have calculated that we could feed about 300,000 people.